y'all, today we're making barbecue pork chops and we're making these in the oven. You're going to need 6 bone-in pork chops. You're going to need a half a cup of barbecue sauce, a fourth a cup of olive oil. Then you need a 1/3 teaspoon of black pepper. Alright, a half a tablespoon of garlic salt, a 1/3 teaspoon of cayenne pepper, and a half a tablespoon of onion powder. Okay, so let's go ahead and get these pork chops prepped. Okay, so you're going to start with dredging the pork chops with olive oil. You can do this like so. You all know I like to put the meat in a bowl and then just kind of move it around and get the olive oil, covered on the meat. You can use a bigger bowl. You can lay the pork chops on your pan and you can do the olive oil like that. Whatever works for you, just make sure that you get these coated with olive oil so we make sure that we have some tender pork chops that we're making in the oven, okay? Alright, so after you've done that, we're going to go ahead and place our pork chops on the cookie sheet. As you're placing the pork chops on the cookie sheet, you can still make sure that the pork chops are covered with olive oil. Of course, you'll still have a little bit in the bottom of the bowl, so if you need to, place your pork chops back in there and dip them and make sure that they're coated, you can go ahead and do that. So you don't need like any particular kind of pork chop. You just need to make sure that you have bone-in pork chops. The bone as a flavor. Okay, so what I did was simply go ahead and mix the seasonings together. We already have it all balanced out, so just mix it together and we're going to spread the seasoning over our pork chops. Okay, so you just want to kind of do it like so. You don't have to be so heavy because we don't want these pork chops to be super salty. We have some good flavors in here and we just want to make sure that we have a good balance on the pork chops. So of course you want to apply the seasoning on one side of the pork chops and then we're going to flip them over and we're going to do the same thing on the other side. Okay, so here we go. We're just flipping these pork chops right over and y'all can see that there is plenty of olive oil on these pork chops, so they're going to be nice and tender. So like I said, just flip them over and go ahead and give them a good season. And I did rinse these pork chops prior to placing these on the pan. I know some people are opposed to rinsing their meat, but pork chops have residual little debris, I would call it, on them that I definitely do not want on my meat. So I go ahead and rinse my meat. Y'all know I'm old school anyway. Rinse that meat, honey. Okay, so get your pork chops, make sure that they're well seasoned all over, and then we're going to go ahead and get ready to place these in the oven. All right, so you want to make sure you cover them with foil. All right, so they can bake nice and tender, and the foil makes it cook faster on this cookie sheet. And with the olive oil, they're not going to super stick to the pan either. You still will have some sticking because we're working with meat, but that's just the way it is. Okay, so place them in the oven and we took them out. All right, and you see all of that residual olive oil and liquid there. We're going to go ahead and pour that off before we apply our barbecue sauce. All right, so you just want to go ahead and go with your barbecue sauce and just kind of spread it across your meat just like this. So the pork chops were baked in the oven for about an hour. You want to wait till they're pretty much done before you do this process. We're going to place the pork chops back into the oven because we really want to make sure that we get the sauce baked into them. Depending on, how well you like your pork chops, if you like them a little bit drier, of course you want to bake them a little bit longer in the oven. We bake these for 15 to 20 minutes with the barbecue sauce, but you can definitely bake them longer than that if you just really want to have that nice baked in sauce. Okay, and what we're using here is just a nice little cooking brush to go ahead and get that barbecue sauce on there. And as you can see right here, it kind of stuck a little bit, but that's all right. You just go ahead and work with it and go ahead and flip them right over. All right, and then you repeat the process on the other side, and like I said, about 15 to 20 more minutes in the oven and you're good to go. All right, so here are our pork chops out of the oven, y'all. Look at that. You know what? Go ahead and try this recipe. If you do, let us know below and let us know what you thought about it. As always, we hope that you enjoyed this video. Please like it, share it, subscribe to our channel, and we'll definitely catch y'all later, and y'all definitely take care. Bye.